Hey, it's Red Lace, and today I'm going to give you the Minecraft world tour of my current world I've been working on. I've had some people request this, and so I am on the Xbox One, and I am showing off the world I've been working in here lately. I'm currently on the balcony of my main house, overlooking my courtyard here, which my dogs are so kindly guarding. And I have a wraparound deck on my house, so I like to build on hills so I can overlook some of the things I've built thus far and kind of keep an eye on things such as my custom built village and just the general area. And so if we go into my house, you can see that, hang on just a second. You can see that I have some symmetrical upstairs, so I have two towers on each end. These are exactly the same on each side, and then a big middle area. And I have some generic storage here. This is kind of where I put my stuff from the nether. And then in here is where I put all my crafting, or brewing, and brewed items. So I also have, glowstone and gunpowder and glowstone here for altering my brews, and then a endless water pool so I don't have to go down all the way to the water down there to fill up water bottles to do brewing. And then in the middle of my house I have this big area in the middle that has all my crafting stuff, so I don't want to have a giant room for it, so I just kind of have this space, and it's central in my house so I don't have to run around to get here. But I have furnaces and a crafting station and an anvil, and then I have a chest with all my very important goodies, diamonds and emeralds and all that here. And then I have my ender chest, which is very important. I have them in any area where I have crafting stuff. And then I have my brewing station right here with some water and cauldrons. And then on the next side I have all my storage. So I've done side-by-side chests, which if you haven't watched my video on that, I recommend you check it out. That way you can do compact storage like this without having to have a block between each chest. And I've chosen to use singles instead of double wides for most things because I don't need, two chests of pumpkin stuff. Once I have a full row of pumpkins, it's not a chance I'm going to need another row, so I just use one. And this is a survival world, so anything you see here is stuff that I have found or built. And I do organize things pretty well, so I can quick stack items. There's singles here, so if I have a bunch of stuff I can just toss it all in at once. If you're just tuning in, thank you for watching the broadcast, and please be sure to subscribe to me at YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and watch me live here on Twitch at Red Lace Gaming. Hi Lunar Eclipse, and hi Barrow, thank you for tuning in. So moving on in our house tour, this other side just has some storage here for generic items, no big deal. And then we're in the other side of the tower. So if we go down a floor, this is my indoor garden area. I felt like having a tree inside. I know, I'm nuts, but I wanted one. And it looks out onto my garden. And then I have my library here for enchanting, and normally I completely enclose this, so I would have had blocks come out to here and then a one slot entrance, and that would be the same on both sides. But I tried something different this time, and it actually works really well. I can still get the highest level enchantments at level 30 with this setup. And so I have them stacked 4 high, even though I only need 3. I just wanted to fill in the gaps, but then I have a redstone block behind to light the enchantment room, so I don't have to have torches in there, because torches do block your bookcases, which can affect your chanting. And so you want to make sure not to have a torch. Like if you had one right here, this block essentially wouldn't count towards your enchanting. So it's important to have your lights above or below your enchanting area. And right here is my elevator down to the basement, but I'll go down there in a minute. So let's go across to the other side first. This is my courtyard. Make sure there's no monsters around. This is my courtyard, and I grew these giant jungle trees. If you don't know how to grow them, check out my video on that. They're pretty simple to do. They just require 4 saplings and a little trickery, but I've climbed up them and put lights in them, and I actually use them to get off my top floor. I just jump from the balcony onto the tree to come down here so I can go wherever I need to go. And this goes down to my village, and the other staircase where my dogs are guarding go down to some of my other areas that I'll show you here soon. So if we go on the other side, this is my bedroom area where I've kind of set up my goodies loot zone here in the corner. So I have armor here, and eventually I'll have books that are enchanted with different armor or weapon items. And then I have any of my enchanted armor here, or stuff that I've renamed or enchanted is also in here. So that's pretty handy. I like to keep it in a different area just because it's nice to have stuff separate. Hey Barrow, thank you for letting me know about that. I think the video quality is lagging just slightly right now, and I'm not sure why. Normally there's not a problem, so I'm hoping it catches up here soon. So sorry about that. Right here I have my music discs, so I haven't been working very much on these, but I've found a couple using the creeper technique. Then I have my other ones I found in places. And then if I head down one other floor, this is my map room. So I have a full map wall, or will, when I get exploring. I've actually only spent time in these 3 maps of my world. And if you want a video on a map wall, please let me know, and I will be happy to do a video on that because this is a very cool feature to have. So right now, my map I'm in is the center one right here. And I've explored fully the other 2 maps to each side, and I've just started going to the map above. I might have, yeah, I have that one too. So stick that one in the other frame, see? So I've just started to go up there. There's actually a village right there. So I'm working on that. That'll take a while, and it's survival mode, so you know you can't fly around, so it takes some time. And I just store my maps here so I know where the extras are. So I make copies of my maps and label them with coordinates and color so I know where each one goes. And then I have some extra smelting stuff here for overflow. So let's go down to the basement since it's nighttime and the monsters are out, and then I'll come back up during the day. I'll show you what I got going down here. So this is my elevator, so I don't have to walk or go down a staircase. I can just fall. And if you haven't watched this video, these are very handy to make, especially if you're like me and like to build on hills, because I am on level 84. So let's jump down there. So now we are on level 13, and this is my slime spawning room, and currently there are no slimes in here, unfortunately. But the nighttime has just ended, and I wasn't really in the vicinity, so that doesn't surprise me. But down here I have some more crafting with my ender chest, so I can send stuff upstairs without having to go up there. I have a minecart dispenser right there, and this is where I actually store, like, it's my deep storage, I would say. So I have, you know, materials that I might need down here, extra coal, all my slimes, which clearly I've had a lot of slimes in my slime room, so it's been pretty successful. Rails, things like that. And this will fill out when I get more material, but I haven't really needed it very much yet. And down here is my garbage. I use this to just throw stuff away that I don't want into the lava, and then I have an infinity pool here for if I need water, or another bucket of water if I come across lava. And this is where I actually jump down part of my elevator. So this is my slime room, and down there is just a lava pool, and I like to use glowstone on the ceiling of my slime room. And then I have some tunnels branching off of where I have dug so far. And when I dig tunnels, I dig them every 2 blocks, so that when you're digging down, you can see each of these, and so you wouldn't need to dig a tunnel here because you'd be seeing the same row twice. And so I dig every 2. That way you can make sure you can fully clear stuff out. And I only dig 2 high just because I'm too high and I don't need to dig any more than that. I'm currently playing solo Barrow. Thank you for asking if you can join. For this broadcast, I'm just doing a world tour, so I'm not playing multiplayer, but maybe another time we can play together. Thanks for asking. This part is where I'm going to be setting up my rail system, and it's partially started here, and it'll be color-coded, so each tunnel going every direction has a different color. So if I look at my map, if I were to go east, that is orange. You can see there's an orange block behind that glowstone out there. So east is orange, purple is north, blue is west, and I haven't color-coded this one, but that is south. And so I have labeled with some item frames what is in each direction. So if I hop in here, actually take a ride, and this is a pretty interesting spot I came across. There's a ton of monster spawners in this close vicinity. So if I go upstairs, there's a zombie spawner right here, and I set up my zombie or my monster spawners the same way. Whenever I find a dungeon, I actually cut out blocks like this so that I can kill things without having to go inside. I can collect my orbs that way, and the things will still spawn just in the room, you can see. And I can sit here and farm all day if I wanted to. So heading back down, there's also a spider spawner right here. And they can kind of hit you through the little wall, but it's not that big of a deal. And then if we continue this way, and this is actually my mine shaft, or one of them that I've found. I've found a few on this world so far, and when I'm done exploring, I mark things off with fences so that I know where I've been and I don't get lost. But this area actually had two spawners, one right there, one right here, right next to each other, and so that is a zombie spawner. And this is a skeleton spawner, so I luckily have endless arrows, which is pretty cool. And anyway, you can get up and down to both of these. And this actually, on the other side of this wall right here, is the mine shaft, but I'm not going to go into the mine shaft for this little tour. So if you're just tuning in, please be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and follow me here on Twitch for more live broadcasts, all at Red Lace Gaming. You can also visit my website, redlacegaming.com. If you'd like to make a donation, that would be awesome, so I can bring you more videos more often and on more games. So let's get out of the tunnel and head back to my house here. And I have another area out there I can show you, but I'll do that a little later, I think. So if we head back upstairs, I have a ladder to go up and then a straight drop to come down. So going down is definitely quicker than going up, but it is what it is. It's better than going up a giant staircase. I'll probably eventually build a rail going up and down, but for now, this works. Okay, so it's daytime again, and where am I going? Let's show off the village. So if you come out the back of my house, you can actually just take the tree down. And this is my village, so I have a secure door with a button here to get in. And I've just expanded this, so this wall was actually right here last time I was on. So I just punched out the wall, and so that's why there's torches absolutely everywhere, because I don't want monsters spawning in here until I get a chance to work on it. And if I come out that side, it takes me to my tree farm. So this is where I have all my crops for growing. So I have carrots and wheat and potatoes. And then I have some netherwort, which you can grow in the overworld if you didn't know that. You just need to have the soul sand below it, not regular dirt. And then I have some sugarcane. And then this is my melon station. So I have pumpkins on the left and melons on the right. And I never have a need for more. And the reason I have this glass thing encasing them is so that the crop seeds don't get trampled. And with them having 2 rows side by side like this, the pumpkins and the melons will only grow the direction I want them to. And it's the most efficient way to get the most pumpkins per square inch or melons. So this is my village, and if you haven't watched my video on how to make a village from scratch, I recommend you check that out. I can show you step by step how to create your own village anywhere you want. There was not a village here on my map when I started. I've created everything you see. So I started with, a breeding house and turning a zombie villager. So each house is pretty much a 7 by 7 size. Some are a little bigger, but they're all at least 7 by 7. Pretty generic, but I've made each house slightly different, so you can actually come up and check everything out. On the roof here, so you can see, there's villagers pretty much everywhere. So I'm making all these houses out of stained clay, which clay you can find underwater, and then dyeing it different colors is how I'm doing it, and then jungle wood for my breeding houses. So this will be a breeding house just like that one, and so will the one on the other side over there. So I'm hoping that eventually the villagers will actually start walking around in the garden area, not just around the breeding house, because they kind of congregate right over there. So that is my village, and they have automatic lights. These are automatic lights right here. Turn on when it gets dark out. So I'm working on finishing that. And come out this door. This is my tree farm. As you can see, I have storage for all the trees, saplings, and rows for all my trees to grow. And if you want to make your own tree farm, please check out my video on how to grow a tree farm. I also have my chicken coop nearby, so you can come in here and pick up your eggs whenever you need more eggs. And I've also been starting a new jungle treetop village, and it's in its early stages here. I don't have very many houses up there yet, and I'm hoping to make some really big, interesting ones, but for the moment I've done 7 by 7s. And I'll take you up there. I'm working on making it more interesting, but right now, to get up, you just climb this ladder to the top of the trees. Building up top of the treetops is a little interesting because you do have to be careful not to fall off. You could die pretty easy up here if you're building, and so there's some things to keep in mind, but these are my little treetop houses, and so from up here, you have a pretty good view down on the village and my house. And house is pretty basic, jungle tree house with green stained clay, and I'm working on walkways, and there's a house in progress. I ran out of material. So each house has a little setup, some windows and views. Building these staircases and walkways out of planks instead of blocks. They're a little thinner. And then kind of trying to decide where to go, but I'm probably going to cross all the way across to that other part of the jungle. I want to have a big wide jungle area, but the view up here is pretty cool. So that'd be interesting to do, a treetop village. Kind of reminds me of something out of Robin Hood or Captain Hook with Robin Williams. Oh, I need to eat. Bread. Ooh, hello. Alright, so heading back down. take you down to my water house next, which is where I do all my fishing. Need to work on making some walkways up and down here, because right now you have to run and jump, which is kind of stupid, but working on it. This is a survival map, so everything you see was found or made. I haven't played in creative mode on this world. Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want to see a video tutorial on, my primary focus is clear and focused video game tutorials, and so if you want to leave a comment either on the stream or on my YouTube channel letting me know of something you might want to see a video on, I'd be happy to do that for you. You can check out my YouTube channel at Red Lace Gaming. Okay, so here's my little island. This doesn't connect to land other than the bridge. And so I have a little house out here, which is kind of grand once you're up next to it. It's clearly not as grand as my main house, but it's a pretty cute little house. And I have a big couch, some crafting, and then it's got like a loft with a bed. That's my water house. It's surrounded by water on 3 sides, and it is on my island. And out here, you can see it goes down. This is actually something I found swimming in the water trying to collect clay one night. And so I do my fishing out here. I just come out and fish. It's deep enough, so I don't have to worry about monsters getting me. I can fish at nighttime while I'm waiting for day to come. But anyway, I was swimming out here with looking for clay when I heard skeletons. And so I dug down through the water and found this monster spawning room, and died a couple times. It was a little rough because the flowing water killed me. But once I got in, it was pretty good, and so I decided to make a house out here underwater to get to the skeleton spawner. So I have a little closed-off dungeon here, so I can get the skeletons. And you can see this is over a huge cavern. It goes down pretty far, and it's pretty spooky, so I don't really go down there. I just kind of closed it off and not worried about it. But that's my house out on the water. I know it's nighttime, but I'm gonna brave it. I'm gonna head over to the nether house. So I have a big thing about I don't like my nether portal anywhere near my house. The noise of it really bothers me, and so I built a house just for my nether portal. And it's close enough to my house that I can get there, you know, without having to worry about nighttime or whatever. But it's far enough away that I don't have to listen to it. Oh, creeper. We're just gonna sprint and we're not gonna stop until we get there. So I'm headed to the house on the right there. And that's a lot of zombies.